the hardware back plate and the detail plates on either side of these nightstands, I just used the tip of the screwdriver to pry them away. They're usually just held on by tiny little trim nails, and they pry away very, very easily. Once all the hardware was off, it was time to deal with the dated drawer detail. To get the dated panel off the front of the drawers, I started using my screwdriver as well and just tapped it with my hammer and tried prying it off. These panels were held on pretty darn good, and it was a bit of a hack job I did here. If I had paid for this piece, I probably would have been more careful. But because it was a curb shop piece, I just kept on with that screwdriver until I couldn't anymore. Once I realized the screwdriver was doing more harm than good, as you can see here, a chip off the corner came out because I was prying so hard. I switched over to a little pry bar. And here's a little quick tip. Always make sure that you put, say, a little shim of wood underneath. If you're going to be using leverage on the side of your piece, just as shown, it can take out a chunk of the furniture. So you could use like a doubled up cardboard, you could use a small piece of shim wood, and just put that under your tool in the area that you want to pry it. And then here, if you're putting a little force on it, you're not going to damage your furniture. So the pry bar and the hammer with a little force worked fine. With a little bit of elbow grease, it just popped right off. Once I had both of the drawer panels off, I was left with the protruding nails sticking up. Now you can work this two ways. You can either pull the nails out or you can hammer them back in. Hammering them back in is the easiest way to do it, so long as the nail heads don't protrude from the other side. These were sunken in. They were shot in by a nail gun, so I had room to play. So I went ahead and I hammered them in. Here I'm using a nail punch to countersink these nails. I didn't want any protruding from the wood fill that I was going to put on top. These nail punch sets usually come in sets of 3. You get 3 different sizes. They're usually between $10 and $12, really inexpensive, but they really come in handy. As with all the tools and products I use, I'll list everything in the detail box below.